Okay.
It's that time.
The wake up
Time for
call.
you. Yes, yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Wake Up Call Talk Show. I'm Annie Sally. This month's theme, it's your story. We're super excited about our show. We're super excited about our special guest, SYLINDA MUMPHREY. She's a CEO and the founder of Removing the Bandages. She's an author, a mentor, certified life coach, international speaker, and a talk show host. She's the founder of Celinda D's Girls to Pearls mentoring program and Removing the Bandages Women's Movement. Please help me welcome Celinda MUMPHREY. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much. I am delighted to be here on tonight.
Amen. Amen. Well, it's indeed an honor to have you back on the Wake Up Call Talk Show. We are going to talk about your story. So, audience, listeners, please go ahead and share this show. Let your family and friends know the Wake Up Call Talk Show is on. We'll be right back.
The Wake Up Call Radio Show. Join host Pastor Warren and Annie Sally and their guests for a powerful dialogue. Real talk for everyone. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We are back. Welcome back to the Call Talk Show. Well, today we have Celinda MUMPHREY. She's here to tell her story. Get ready to be inspired. Get ready to be empowered by her testimony. Celinda, why is it important for you to share your story with the world?
Sister Annie, it's very important that I tell my story because I encountered so much, a lot of pain that I went through. I do understand now that my pain is for my purpose. And because of being a woman and knowing what pain feels like, it is my obligation to speak to women about pain now, help women be pushed from their pain into their purpose. And I want them to know that they are not alone, that whatever they go through, that they can make it out of that they are powerful, they're strong, they're intelligent, they're brilliant, they're beautiful women that God created. He meticulously took his time and made us when he created us on this earth. And my job, my obligation, my purpose is to speak life into every woman upon this earth. So it is very important that they know my story and I share it with the world, because I realize that it is not about me. It's about me using what God gave me and what I went through to be a blessing to the world.
Every ounce of
We have a
potential within us to inspire and empower others. I am so moved by all the stuff that you're doing around the world. You are an international speaker. You have the Girls to Pearls. Um, you're definitely an inspiration, and I can tell that it came from somewhere. Could you take us back to your story to let us
Mhm.
understand your story and why you're where you are today, encouraging young women, encouraging young girls. Tell us about your story.
Sure. Sister Sally, there is, Sister Annie, there's a lot that I went through. And as you stated in the beginning of the show, my movement is removing the bandages. So often as women, we go through a lot in life and we wear bandages of makeup, eyelashes, hair weave, clothes, money, jewelry, just whatever that bandage is to help us look as though we got it together so that people would not see those wounds. That's something that I lived through. I anesthetized my pain with those things. I was in a marriage that was tumultuous, and they're just very unhappy. During the time of going through that, I had, well, let me go back. Before that, I had accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish, buying a brand new home, new automobile. My ministry was on the move, just doing wonderful things and just changing lives. And in the midst of me being in my marriage, I ended up having 2 breast cancer scares that almost took my entire left breast. What I found out in the middle of that is that the doctor was giving me the wrong medication for what I was going through. It ended up being 2 massive breast infections.
Wow.
During that time, I lost my automobile. I lost a home that I worked hard for, and I ended up losing my marriage. The devil tried to make me lose my mind. So everything that I had worked hard for, I ended up losing. And so it pushed me into a state of depression, but I couldn't let anybody know what I was going through. I couldn't show it. I had to continue to show up every day dressed up, but I was still messed up on the inside, beautiful and broken all together, broken and in brokenness. And also I had to file bankruptcy. So I went through a lot, but I was determined once I got myself together that I was not going to allow any other woman go through what I went through. I wanted her to know that if God brought me out, then he can bring you out too, because it's a sad thing when you work hard for everything and then you end up losing it. And that's where I was. I lost everything.
Wow. Wow. Talk to those women out there from your experiences of loss. Talk to them about that pain and how God can restore them, because you are a testament today that you lost it all to gain it all. Could you encourage those women out there?
I'm trying to keep it all together right now as I sit here. I know that there are so many women that have lost a whole lot more than I have. But I want you to know that in the time of going through is when God is doing his best work on the inside of you. That's when he's molding and making you. He's making your story for his glory. He's doing something powerful on the inside of you. And for every woman that may be experiencing some type of pain, trauma, I want you to know that you can make it out of it. You have to not set boundaries for yourself. You got to see bigger and believe bigger and know that there is something better for your life. I don't care what your age is. Some of us reach your age. I'll be 50 this year. I don't mind sharing that. But some of us reach a certain age in our lives. We think that it's too late. We think that we have to settle, that this is it for us. Or we feel that we have to share a man, that I'd rather have a portion of a man just so that I can have someone. Or because he's doing this for me, then I feel as though I have to be obligated to him. But I want you to know you can make it. God is a good God. If he brought me out of this, then he can bring you out. I mean, just going through everything happened in 1 year to the point where I don't know what would have happened to me had I not had a relationship with God. I knew that once I went down, I had to come up. I couldn't stay down. So I made the decision that I had to come up. And I say that to every woman on tonight, you do not have to stay in the place that you're in. Your situation does not have to outweigh your determination. Whatever happened to you is not who you are. You can make it. You can do it. God can do it through you. You just got to know that there is better for you and believe it, and it will happen.
SYLINDA, would you happen to have some earplugs? Because you're breaking up.
I don't have any. I am. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can switch over to the phone, possibly. I apologize about that.
It's okay. It just keeps going in and out, and I want people to hear this powerful message.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
That's better.
Oh, yes, much better. Much
Okay.
better. Now, wonderful. The enemy doesn't want you to share this message, but we're going to get it out. We're going to get it out. Again, go ahead and share your experience through pain and loss. You shared in your bio, you lost it all to gain it all. So speak to those women that are in that same predicament right now, feeling like they're at the end. You talked about the broken marriage. You talked about the loss of the home, the car, and bankruptcy and all of that. Talk through that and share with these people that are actually right there with you tonight. Encourage them.
Yes, most definitely. Sister Annie, you are so correct. The enemy does not want this story to go forth on tonight.
I know.
But as we were speaking before the show started, there are so many women that have gone through a lot with the pandemic taking place, domestic violence, emotional abuse, mental abuse, just so much that they have gone through. And for you that's watching me on tonight, I want you to know that I did go through a lot. I lost everything, but in the midst of losing everything, I found everything. I found myself again. I found God again because I had forgotten who SYLINDA was. I was trying to be everything that my husband wanted me to be and more. I wanted to be perfect. But I had to understand that my perfection, that I was perfectly flawed. Let me say that, perfectly flawed, because there is no one perfect but God. And I want you to know that on tonight, women, those of you that are watching, whatever you're going through, it is necessary for God to take you through something, for Him to allow you to go through something so that He can get the glory out of your story. I realized that the story was not for me, but it's for you. It's for you to know that He brought me through and He will bring you out of it as well. So I sit here today, a day that God had already ordained, a day that God knew that I will be speaking into you on today to let you know that you can and you will come out of this. You have to have the mindset that you deserve better. You have to know in your heart of hearts that you deserve better. Do not set boundaries for yourself. You cannot set boundaries thinking that this is it. I have to settle. There's nothing more for me. There's nothing better for me. God has so much in store for you. When I say I worked hard for everything that I had, and to sit in the house and watch them come and take my car away, to have to lock the doors and in my house, just knowing I couldn't go back in there at all. And then the marriage, I had stood before God, stood before my family, made those vows. It was over. And then having to look at my breasts and thinking to myself, nobody would ever want me anymore. No one would love me anymore. I didn't even love myself because of those flaws, because of what I was going through. But God is a healer. God is a redeemer and He is a restorer. And I want you to know that everything I lost, He has given me double for it. And just loving myself again is the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And I want you to know that on tonight, that it starts with you. As we're waiting on Sister Annie to come back, I will just continue to speak into you on tonight, just letting you know that He will move, He will heal you, He will restore you. And
Mhm.
you may feel that you're at the very end right now, that it's all over. I want you to pick your head up, and I want you to know that God can do it. Pick your head up, keep pushing. Don't stop. Don't ever give up. God has you in the palm of His hands, and He sees everything that you're going through. He'll be there for you.
Wow. That's powerful. That's powerful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your story. What a powerful story. You know, our stories are so unique, but they're our stories. They're our truth. It's the fire. It puts fire under us. And it's the thing that keeps us going forward. It's the thing that keeps us pressing beyond the break. And I see that in you. And that's why I wanted you to share that, because there is a lot of us that have lost stuff during the COVID downturn and all of this stuff. And people are feeling worthless. People are losing jobs. They're losing their minds. They're in depression, anxiety, and all of that. And so I wanted you to share your story, that even though you lost it all, you found yourself in the midst of that. What was that like to find you? You know, because I've had great success and I've had great finances, and I found some of the greater times when I had less because I had more of God. You know, I found myself in him. So talk about that experience, because all things, the Bible said, work together for the good of them that love God. So it seems like God has brought you full circle. Talk about that.
Definitely. Oh, wow. Finding myself has been the most magnificent thing ever. As I stated, I was trying my best to be everything that my husband wanted at that time. And then sometimes we find ourselves trying to be people pleasers. We want everybody to love us, but I had to get delivered from people as well. So in the midst of being delivered from people, that was also just a wonderful feeling. And Sister Annie, I just think back to it. Someone asked me, who is Celinda and who is Celinda D? I, at one time, couldn't even answer that, because everything that I did, working with the youth, working with women, speaking, the talk show, everything that I do, I was that person. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I wanted. And I had to dig deep down inside and ask God, God, show me the way that you see me. I need to know who I am, this person that you put inside my mother's womb, because I know that I'm special. I know that I've been called. I know that I've been set aside, and because it hurts too much. And there's no way you're going to let me go through what I'm going through and hurt like this for you not to do something in me, through me, and on me. So finding me was like a reincarnation of just finding this woman that had been lost. I talk about this movement I have now called Herology, the healed, elevated, and restored woman. I am that woman now. I found that woman. I am living a proof that God can do it. He can restore you from the broken of the brokenness, because I was broken. I was tore down from the floor down, messed up, tore up. Even the way I was dressed, and my face had broken out really bad and just looking crazy. My mom had even told me one time, she said, you know, I've never seen you look like this before. And it broke my heart, because I did not know who I was and the way that I was looking and the way that I was dressing. But I thank God that I once again have found not Celinda D, but I have found her inside of Celinda, and I am loving her again.
All right. Wow. That is awesome. Thank God. All things work together for the good of them that love God. And I love all that you're doing. You're definitely a mover and a shaker. This is the third time I've had you on, and I am so inspired by your work in the community and around the world as you do your Girls to Pearls and women removing the bandages, women empowerment group. Talk some about what brought you to this place. Why is it important to give back? Why is it important to give yourself to ministry?
I posted something the other day. I said that so many times I tried to quit, but it wouldn't quit me. So when you have an assignment on your life, you have no choice but to work that assignment out until the day that you die. I had asked God to give me something that He'd never given to any of my family members. And when we ask that question of God, we have got to be careful what we're asking for, because little did I know that I would go through so much pain to get to where I am on today. Broken girls grow up to become broken women. I didn't have my father in my life as a young girl, which caused me to make some bad decisions and people that I was choosing to be in a relationship with. Because I was broken, I was choosing broken men to be with. And what happened was we were cutting each other. We were broken together even more, because two broken individuals cannot be whole. So those were the decisions that I made. And seeing the girls that I see on a daily basis, the young girls, and talking to them and mentoring them, I see the same thing in them. I see the hurt. I see the brokenness. There's so much peer pressure that they're having to endure right now. Just so much that's going on in the world. And even women, we're broken. We're broken women with little girls still living on the inside of us, crying out to be loved because we never had it when we were younger, or someone has damaged us in some way. So we're still looking for that love. And whatever we got to do to anesthetize that pain, we will do it. Therefore, God has raised me up for such a time as this, to be able to speak to the pain, to be able to meet them where they are, to let them know that I have gone through it. Because I never want anyone to speak to me about my healing if they've never experienced any pain themselves. So because I have experienced the pain, I want to be able to speak to the wound that they are carrying, help them to remove that bandage, treat the wound, and then help them to take their life back. That's what I'm here for. And it's so important to me. It's not even about me. It's definitely the assignment that God has for my life.
Wow. And God does give you strength and grace for that race, regardless to whether you feel like going on. It's not about the feeling, it's about the call. And it's the call that drives you and keep you compelled to that assignment. Thank you so much for that. Wow, that is so awesome. What's next for you, SYLINDA? What's next? You have the Girls to Pearls, you have the Women Removing the Bandages movement, you're a life coach, you're a mentor. What's next for you?
Oh, more books, definitely. I'm working on one right now. I have the Herology experience that's coming up in October here in Atlanta, and I am so excited. It's going to be an experience where women are coming together in one room to love on the her that's on the inside. Entertainment, food, prizes, gifts, red carpet. It's just going to be an amazing, amazing event for women. I want women to know, Sister Annie just tugs at my heart. How many women do not know the power that they possess on the inside? We
Yes.
carry the prize. We carry the prize. So I want women to know that. I want them to know that so bad that once you reach down on the inside of her, there is nothing that you cannot do. No boundaries, no limits. The chains come off, and when we all come together as one, we can change a nation because we some bad girls. So,
Yes, yes. But you have to go deep to get that revelation. You have to be broken into pieces to get that. I concur with you. I can feel it, been there, done that. And I tell you what, we're some bad mama jammas, and we're on the move for greatness. Love it, love it, love it. Wow, that is so powerful. So your event that's coming up in July, you said?
Yes, July, I'm trying to remember all my days. July, I have a women's conference that I'll be speaking. I'll be a part of. I'm excited about that. And then a TV show that I'll be a part of on July 24th. And then the end of August, I have to speak at another women's conference as well. And I think one more, I just can't remember the date right now. So God is definitely doing some amazing things.
Wow. And just when you wanted to quit, it happens like that every time. Just when you wanted to quit. Oh, thank God. Thank God that you didn't quit. Thank God that you're steadfast and unmovable. Thank God for all the great things and the doors that are opening for you. We're going to take a break. We got some a great testimony coming up, another show coming up at 8. Want you to hear a special testimony. And SYLINDA, when we come back, would you please give us your last thought?
Yes. I'm Linda Rowe Thomas. I'm an award-winning fashion designer, author, and public speaker. Tune in to Wake Up Call TV as I share my extraordinary journey of overcoming a life-altering tragedy after surviving a house fire at the age of 2. I'm going to talk about how I've lived with third-degree burns to my face and hands and an initial prognosis that said I'd never have a good quality of life because I had lost the fingers on my left hand and partial on my right. But God, as my mother would say, because my life has been anything but a sob story. Through faith and my mother's "can is not an option" mantra, my life went from tragedy to triumph quickly because she empowered me with so much drive and so much faith and the ability to believe in myself and the ability to refuse to allow someone else to put me in a box because I didn't fit into this perfect mold or what society thought I should have been. Again, I think you guys should tune in because I'm going to share those details of my life and so much more because I've come a long way from the little girl that was from a small country town and had so many obstacles placed in front of her. And yet I said before you, that award-winning fashion designer, and my designs have graced the carpets of the Golden Globes, BET Awards, stars, and so many more. And I would not have been able to do that without having such a powerful mother that was faith-filled and had the ability to instill that into a child that had so much in front of her that she was going to have to face, and she knew that. And I am so forever grateful that she was able to put that in me. And I hope that through sharing my story with you guys on Wake Up Call TV, I can empower someone else to believe in themselves enough to see that light within them that my mother showed me that I had within myself, and be able to step outside of that box, to be able to break those molds and be everything that you never expected yourself to be everything that the world could never expect you to be, because can't is not an option. And that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Again, tune in to Wake Up Call TV. Thank you.
We are back with SYLINDA MUMPHREY, CEO and founder of Removing the Bandages. She's an author, mentor, certified coach, international speaker, and talk show host. SYLINDA, thank you for such a powerful testimony. Viewers and listeners, please just go ahead and share the show. Someone needs this encouragement. We go through to help others get through. Yeah, so we are others' answer to whatever they're going through. And it is so unique how God used our mess to help someone else. He uses it. He doesn't take us to it. We get to it ourselves. The enemy uses that to stop us from God's greatness, but then God will turn it around for our good and use it to help empower others. So what the enemy meant for harm, SYLINDA, God made it good, because you are a powerful influence. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you for sharing your testimony. Go ahead and leave our viewers with a last minute thought.
I would like to say to those of you that are watching that life does not give up on you. You give up on life. We give up on life. You have to give yourself permission to live. You have to disrupt your doubt. Life is like a runway, a runway. You have to use that runway. And every time you get on there, you have to show up and show out, because you never know when it's your last chance. So every time that you show up, make sure that you show out. You give it everything that you got. Every trial that you've gone through, use it as a triumph. everything that you've gone through, it was necessary. So make sure you don't ever give up. Give yourself permission to live.
Wow. Now that's powerful. Give yourself permission, because it's your permission that's going to help catapult you out of that situation. You have to give yourself permission. Thank you so much. I'm going to have to write note to self on that one. That's powerful. Thank you so much, SYLINDA. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your testimony. Please come back. Please come back and share your journey, your new book. Share your new book with us. We have author showcase coming up later this year, and we would love for you to come back and share your brand new book. Tell our listeners, how can they get your book? You do have a book out there already.
Yes, I have quite a few books. You can go to SYLINDAD.com to find my books. And if you want to contact me, definitely on Facebook, SYLINDA MUMPHREY, or SYLINDA DLLC. On Instagram, SYLINDA_D. And also, if you want to just email me, you want to talk, you need someone to listen to you, you just want to remove some bandages, SYLINDAD@gmail.com. And you can also find out about my life coaching classes as well.
Wow. And is there an email? I meant a website that they can connect with you as well.
SYLINDAD.com.
Okay, awesome. Well, God bless you, and thank you so much for being here. And remember, everyone, this has been your wake-up call. God bless you all. Have a great evening. God bless you, SYLINDA.